to my channel, and I'm happy to see you again. As you know, I can't see you, but you can see me. I wanted to talk a little bit about some fun facts and things I hear from my out-of-state buyers when they are moving to Florida or buying a vacation home in Florida. And I do work with a lot of people from out of state. So the things that I hear most often that are surprises to my out-of-state buyers are these are the top 10 things that I hear. Number one, you get so much sunshine. It's sunny, but what about when it's raining or dreary, or the slow season when the winter comes? We get sunshine. I mean, we are the sunshine state. So we get more sunshine here than most other areas, locations in our nation, and it's a beautiful thing. It's great for your psyche and your mood, and yeah, we get a lot of sunshine. That is why we are the sunshine state. So that's one thing that I hear a lot, and it makes it easy to live here. Number two, I didn't know I was gonna see alligators. Do you have snakes? I one time told a buyer from up north that we removed all of the snakes just for her. I was obviously joking, but yeah, we do have alligators. We have snakes. I mean, our state university is the Florida Gators. So if you see this, that could be your backyard in Florida. The reality is they're really actually afraid of you, and unless you have bothered them, fed them, thrown rocks at them, they don't really want anything to do with you. But yeah, we do have alligators, snakes, and bugs. The other thing we have is lots of bugs, Jurassic size bugs I've never seen before. I see a new bug all the time, but yeah, they're here. We are very conducive for living. So we have alligators, snakes, and bugs. Welcome to Florida, the tropical climate of Florida. Is it true that 500 people a day are moving here? Yeah, it is kind of true. So we have tremendous growth, and a lot of what you see now is still developing and growing, and it's up to us to preserve and honor the integrity of our state and our true heritage. But yeah, we do have about 500 people a day moving here, and if that's something you want to do, it's something that I can help you with. If you are thinking of leaving, that's also something I can help you with. But we have about 500 people a day that move here. We don't have state income tax. It's very affordable. Central Florida in general, we have some good schools here in Central Florida. The cost of living is great, and there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of different industries. Tourism is our number one industry, but we do have a lot of other growing industries here in Central Florida, and a lot of companies and industries come here because of the weather and because of our tax shelters and benefits. So we have about 500 people a day that move here. I didn't really realize how many different kinds of homes there are. Yeah, lots of choices. Do you want to live in a community, a neighborhood with a homeowners association? Do you want to live in a neighborhood that has a community pool, that has community activities where you can meet other people? Because remember, there are 500 people a day moving here. If your child is going to be the new kid in school today, tomorrow he's not the new kid in school any longer, because there's already somebody new. When you live in a community with lots of homes and activities, you have a great chance of meeting people and making friends, because the other people are also new here. So it's really easy to move in, make friends, and get things going pretty fast. The styles of homes are pretty vast and various as well. A lot of Mediterranean style homes. We have our classic old farmhouse style homes with the wraparound porches. And then the other thing I get asked a lot, I can have a swimming pool in my backyard. Why do I want that cage or that screen? Do I have to have that screen? Well, no. You don't. And in some communities, you're not allowed to have it. Some golf course communities don't want the pools on the golf course to have them. And it's a great benefit. We remember the bugs that we just talked about. You want to sit around your pool in the evening and you have the screen, you're not going to have to worry about mosquitoes or bugs or snakes or critters getting in the pool. So it makes outdoor living in your home just that much more. It's almost like an extension of your house, like another room. And in the winter, when you're cooking meals and having parties and the kitchen gets hot, you can open up all the windows, all the doors, because the pool's screened in and it's just like an outdoor room of your house. So that's another question I get asked a lot, is about that cage and the screen. And if you don't have one and you want to put one in, I can help you, but they're not cheap. So it's good if you already have it. In Orlando, in Central Florida, how close will I be able to live to Disney World? You can't really move into the castle, but you can live as close as 10 or 15 minutes right outside the main gate of the park. There are communities and neighborhoods where everyday life happens. I personally grew up and live in an area called Dr. Phillips, which is only about 15 or 20 minutes from the main gate of the Magic Kingdom. It's really, really close to Disney Springs, which I still call downtown Disney, if you remember Pleasure Island. I was in high school when that opened. So that little area is very close to where I live, and there are neighborhoods and communities all around that. Orange County, Florida has strict ordinances against short-term rentals. So when you live in Orange County, you're not gonna have neighbors that are Airbnb-ing their house. Osceola County, Lake County, and Polk County allow the short-term rentals. So you might come across some of those communities that allow that, and then there are some that don't. But let me help you with those questions. That's all information I have to share with you. So why don't people use their attics for storage? Well, it's hot. You don't want to put anything valuable up in your attic in Florida because it could melt and get very hot and destroyed and ruined, and you don't really want to go up there. So because we don't have basements and we aren't really using our attics, having a big garage, a 3-car garage or a tandem garage is a plus. Having extra closets and storage is a plus. And these are all things you want to look out for when you're purchasing your home in Florida, especially if you're coming from up north. Now remember, you won't need snow blowers and all those extra coats and winter hats and clothing and things. So it kind of does help a little bit, and you still want to have a place to store things. So a shed in the yard or a 3-car garage or extra closets are definitely a plus. The closets aren't necessarily bigger here, so that is why you want to pay attention to those things when you're out home shopping. What about hurricanes? Yeah, we do have hurricanes. We are in a tropical climate, and hurricane season runs from June all the way until November. We are in September and it's raining just about every afternoon. We have torrential, big, like the sky is falling rain for 10 or 15 minutes almost every afternoon, and then it kind of stops. Maybe 20, 30 minutes later, it's clear and the sun will even come back out. And we do have hurricanes. So we watch tropical storms, hurricanes. In Central Florida, where I live, I've never been evacuated out of Central Florida, and the coastal towns and living areas have been evacuated to Central Florida, to Orlando. There's been only one time really in my lifetime that I can remember hurricanes really coming right through the center of Florida and causing enormous damage to the point that it was devastating, and that was Hurricane Charlie. We've had lots of storms and hurricanes since then, school days and tree damage and power outages, and those were really the kind of memorable and monumental hurricanes that I've been through, and I've lived in Central Florida since 1982. So yes, we have them, and yes, we know how to prepare for them, and unlike an earthquake that just happens, you know when the hurricane's coming. You see the path, you watch the pattern, and you prepare. And my son will ask when the party is, so that's kind of what happens. But yes, we have hurricanes. Finally, it does feel like you could be on vacation every day. And because tourism is our #1 industry, people are on vacation every day. And when you first get here and move here, you will have friends and family that you didn't know you have come out of the woodwork to come and visit you, and you'll get caught up in it, and you'll want to go, and you'll want to take time off, and you'll find yourself go. And then after a while, Disney becomes background noise. And it's not that I don't love Disney. I don't remember the last time I was there. I grew up going there. My very first job was at Disney. I sold popcorn, and yet me and my family could care less if we go back to the park anytime soon. So you don't have to be engulfed in going to theme parks all the time. There's a lot of other stuff to do, and you can still have your day-to-day life and live your life and feel like you're living in a resort or on vacation, because you kind of are. Let me know what I can do to help you. Call me anytime. I have lived in Central Florida since 1982. I grew up here, and I moved away and moved back a few times. So I think I can help you with a lot of your questions, and I'm happy to help. Peace. Thanks for joining me.